What's good, y'all? Back with another video. Today, we got Thomas Sowell. Thomas Sowell sets the record straight on Donald Trump being called a racist. Alright. Y'all comment down below what y'all think. Y'all think Donald Trump is a racist? He had racial discrimination practices in his housing. And the Central Park 5 comment that he made. The Obama birth certificate comment. There's a lot of things that point towards something weird about him. However, though, we don't know the man. Man, so fuck, somebody watching my video. That was weird. It was halfway through it. But like, we don't know the man, so we can't make a judgment. We don't fully know the man yet. Like, we don't fully know what the man's character really is. We can only judge. Anybody who gonna come in and say, "Oh, we know," that's your opinion. I don't know him like that. I don't know the man is racist, but I do want to hear what Thomas Sowell has to say about it. And I feel like I'm going to chew Thomas Sowell out in this video, and I don't care how none of y'all think about it. If this man say he don't think he is, you don't know the man. None of us do. We don't know. Like, we don't know what this man really stand on. But let's go.
Professor, I used to love reading your column every week, and one thing that is less economic.
It's always Fox News, man. It's always Fox News. They got a black dude on here. I already know. I kind of already feel like I know how this finna go. I could be wrong, but I already know how this finna go. It's always Fox News. They got a black dude on here to try to say he's not racist. Like, that's gonna change how everybody else feel about it. Like, that's gonna change. You know what's funny? I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all know, like a lot of the black community don't know or care about Thomas Sowell. And when Thomas Sowell comes up, he only comes up through the intellectuals in the black community, because intellectuals read him because they try to understand where he's coming from, and like, he has some points that make sense. Like, I read Thomas Sowell stuff, intellectuals in society and things like that. I've read some of Thomas Sowell's books, but it's fascinating. Like, Fox News always does this. It's always Fox News. Like, CNN will get a white guy up there to say, "Oh, we're all racist," and then Fox News will get a black guy up there to say, "Well, no, there's no such thing as racism anymore." Y'all can't see through these companies at this point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can't see through this shit. Y'all can't see through the bullshit at this point. Like, let's go.
And it's more social that's been happening recently as a discourse, particularly throwing around terms, very, very harsh terms like race, calling people racist as a sort of a go-to place, particularly for liberals against this administration. We heard it last week. Michael Cohen's testimony in front of Congress. He started out by saying what a racist President Trump is. What would you say about that, particularly with regard to President Trump? Do you consider him to be a racist?
I don't know enough about the man to know what he is, but I would like to see any such accusation accompanied by something that we can test against facts.
Okay, I'll give them to you, but I like that answer. Oh, okay, Thomas Sowell done shocked me. Thomas Sowell done shocked me. Okay. All right, cool. But the Central Park 5 comment that he made, where he said they need to be executed. The housing discrimination practices that you can look up and find, most definitely. The birth certificate with President Obama talking about he wasn't really born in this country. These were all hints at something that was weird. However, though, he has donated money to HBCUs. HBCUs. He has donated money to HBCUs. He definitely hired black people. He definitely was hiring black people in some of his companies. That's for sure. And there never really were that many complaints. There were never really, I don't really remember if there were any complaints in his companies where black people said they were treated bad by staff or by him. And also, like, I mean, he hung out with a lot of black people back in the day. I mean, 50 Cent, he was cool with 50 Cent, Jay-Z, a lot of Snoop Dogg. You know, I mean, they're celebrities, and maybe that's the reason why. But then again, it's like, he's also gave black people a shout out for voting for him in this election. So it's, you know, like, I'm giving both sides. You know what I'm saying? I'm being fair here. I'm being really fair. Like, I don't know. I don't know the man. We don't know the man's character. We don't know the man's heart. We can only base off what we know. We can only base off whatever, but let's go.
Well, you certainly have heard the charge anti-Semitism against him, despite the fact that his daughter is a convert to Judaism, his son-in-law is a Jew, their children are being raised in the Jewish tradition. Kind of hard to make place, and yet you still hear it.
Well, if people have never heard those things because the media filters out things that go against what they believe, then the charge can stick no matter what the facts may happen to be.
Professor, I almost hate to ask this question because you're so honest about things. You see things straight on. The future of America. I mean, do you think that we are destined to go through a period of socialism, a period where these ideas that have not worked, no matter where they've been tried, and certainly wouldn't work here, will be tried here and could bring down our country?
Absolutely, we're going to go through a period of it. We ain't got a choice. We ain't got a choice. Nothing's working. Like, literally, everybody at the bottom is experiencing the worst economic times we've ever experienced in our lives. And the younger generation is pushing more towards socialism. They are. They're pushing more towards it. It sucks for whoever it sucks for. It don't suck for me. I don't mind. Let's bring in something different. I do want to try something different. It don't necessarily have to be socialism to me, but let's flip capitalism a little bit. Let's stop this undemocratic workplace. Like, the workplace is crazy. Did you know? I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like, this is random, right? I just learned this the other day. Did you know that an employer can fire you? And they don't even have to give a reason why they fired you. They can just fire you, right? Now, every company has rules. And the bigger the companies are, the more rules go in. So it makes it harder for certain managers in specific places of certain companies to just fire you outright. But if you work for a small company, a manager can fire you for no reason. They don't have to give an explanation. And the only way you can actually file for unlawful termination is if you could prove that there was some discrimination in there some way, somehow. That's it. That's really one of the only ways. I know there's another way I can't think of right now, but I know if they fire you just because they don't like you, that's very possible they can do that. It's very possible they can do that. If you can't prove that, it's very possible they can do that. And it takes a lawyer a while to get that information to back you. I'm just saying, like, this undemocratic system that we live in right now, we definitely need some change. You know, we need some change. So socialism, I don't know how it would work in America, but I do see why people are interested in it. I understand.
Well, the predictions of economists do not encourage me to go far in that direction. But I do have a great fear that in the long run we may not make it, and I hate to say that, but. And the one thing that keeps me from being despairing is of course we don't know. There's so many things we can't possibly know, and so we may make it, but I wouldn't bet on it.
Thomas Sowell, you really are a great economist and a treasure for the United States of America. We appreciate you coming on. We wish you the very best of luck. Your newest, biggest edition of Discrimination and Disparities can be got at the bookstores or on Amazon right now. Thank you very much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm going to check out that book. That sounds pretty interesting. But I like how they only brought him on here to ask him 2 questions. That's it. 2 questions. One was about Donald Trump being a racist. 3. Donald Trump being a racist, him being an anti-Semite, and then do he think we'll make it? This is America. Of course we're gonna make it. We'll be fine. We'll figure this out, y'all. We'll figure it out. It's just right now, something needs to give. Something needs to give, man. Like, there are people out there working 2 jobs right now. There are CEOs making $20 million, $10 million, $9 million a year, and there are people out there who can barely afford to eat, to get meals, barely afford to take care of their families. Something's got to give, man. Something's not making sense. The wealth is not seeming to trickle down at all. I mean, we'll see. Trump said he's gonna do that, and we'll see. Like, I don't know. I don't know how we think a billionaire is gonna fix the problems of the working class. Like, how can a billionaire truly understand where the working class is coming from? Trump was born into wealth, but that doesn't necessarily. FDR was too. So let me not do that. FDR was too, and Franklin he did his best with the country, and he definitely fixed the country in a bad time. So I don't know. We just gotta hang on, y'all. We just gotta hang on and see what's next for everybody, man. I think we'll be all right. We'll definitely be all right for sure, but Yeah, I like Thomas Sowell though, y'all. Subscribe. And I'm out.